Some of you might recognize this image. It's called Bliss, and it's the most viewed image in the world with 1 billion views. It's the default wallpaper of Windows XP, an operating system released in 2001. Back then, the internet was a vastly different place. Sites in their infancy, primitive compared to now. But it once housed a generation of people, and they, as well as future generations, look back at it with a sort of fascination. And through that, even if the era is long gone, it's still spread on the internet to this day through different kinds of media. The driving forces that essentially push this fascination of the past being anemoia and nostalgia. The former I would like to focus on. The definition of anemoia is a feeling of nostalgia for a place you've never lived in a time you weren't alive. In simpler terms, basically people are fascinated by things of the past even if they never lived through it. And to add on to that, through that fascination word spreads of it, keeping the past still relevant in some way. And that in a sense is what I plan to do with this video. Explore things of the past people are fascinated about, to observe this weird phenomenon in action. So without further ado, let's get into the video. It's the mid-2000s. Skeuomorphism was at a high, a design concept that entails making items look like their real-world counterparts. In simpler terms, everything looked realistic instead of flat. Now there's one aspect, one particular style I would like to talk about. Imagine this. Lens flares on the background of green grass and blue skies, fish and bubbles, and a promise of a better future that we would await, only to never come. This particular style absolutely dominated most fields, from ads to stock imagery to the very design of technology back in the day. I'm talking about frutiger aero. You might have seen this style from things like the Xbox 360 Blade's dashboard and Wii home screen. The term frutiger aero was coined in 2017 by Sophie Xian of the Consumer Aesthetics Research Institute. Now, what does the name even mean? Well, the name combines two words together. Frutiger as in the typeface that was named after its creator, Adrian Frutiger, and aero as in Windows Aero, the design language at the time. The aesthetic has characteristics such as glass-like interfaces and nature-inspired imagery, but most recognized by its skeuomorphism. Its color palette is mostly green and blue, used to paint its nature-inspired elements. The style gives us a glimpse into a distant future, nature and civilization coexisting peacefully, neither intruding on each other. A far cry from the future we are headed towards now. This revolutionary style encompasses a variety of sub-aesthetics such as frutiger metro, frutiger aurora, and much more. Now, how exactly did it get so popular in the first place, and what caused the downfall of frutiger aero and its sub-aesthetics? But first, it takes a while to make these videos, so I'd much appreciate it if you would subscribe. Thank you. Enjoy. There's no better way to look at the uprising of frutiger aero without looking at what might as well be the poster child for it, Windows Vista, a controversial OS going with Windows' track record of releasing a bad operating system every second release. It showcases the glass-like interfaces and blue and green color palette found in frutiger aero. Its default wallpaper gives me a sort of ocean feeling, I will say, even if the operating system was bad, the presentation is phenomenal, and that is reflected in how it is talked about now, being remembered as nostalgic despite its flaws. But moving over to the final Windows operating system that used the aesthetic in my personal favorite OS, being Windows 7. Released in 2009, it inherits the same look from its predecessor, Windows Vista. It is home to a glass-like appearance and frutiger aero color palette. Now, I could go on and talk about the technology and just how popular frutiger aero was, but all that would do is add more confusion on how it exactly died. I mean, with the aesthetic being this popular to the point of being used in stock footage, ads, game consoles such as the Wii and Xbox 360, and many more forms of media. How did it die? As anticlimactic as it is, it's as simple as in 2010, a big push for minimalism occurred, replacing skeuomorphism with flat simplistic imagery instead. Detailed layers turned into simple flat ones. This eventually led to where we are today. But with that said, a rise in popularity has resurfaced through many different platforms. Fueled by fascination of the past or general nostalgia, a community has formed discussing the aesthetic, attracting even more people who never even knew about frutiger aero. And that was the reason I even made this video, through getting reminded about it. And while aesthetics and eras don't last forever, we can appreciate them for what they did, even years after their death. And even if someone didn't go through that period of time, a new perspective and appreciation can be found from that person's point of view. And that anemoia essentially keeps the torch lit. And through that, knowledge is spread even further, preserving what should have been dead. And that, in a way, is another thing this video does indirectly. But all we can do now is wait for time to pass. And even now, the eras and aesthetics that we live through will die out, and one day both you and me, alongside future generations, will look back at it with nostalgia and anemoia respectively, as the flow of time stops for no one.